The other name for Nailab is innovation. We are a home for innovation. We are all about innovation. We exist to inspire young people like you to create innovative ideas that solve real challenges within the communities you live in. We love spaces like this where we're bringing young, bright minds to come together, create, innovate, and we are lucky we have innovators from Kenya. We also have innovators from China. So what do you know that we don't know? What do we know that you don't know? We want to exchange that in the course of these 2 days and create the best solutions at the end of this. Nailab was founded in 2011 by our founder, Sam Kishuru. He founded Nailab 10 years ago with the sole purpose of supporting entrepreneurship and innovation on the continent. And we are very keen to work with partners like UNFPA, who are also vested in young people and supporting them in creating innovative solutions that solve real challenges within the communities that they are in. And so that is why we are here, to create, to share, to innovate. And I'm excited to see what type of solutions come up at the end of this exchange.
I just want to appreciate the support of Nailab, the support of the China office, UNFPA office, Agora, and the Embassy of China for enabling as well this collaboration. And of course, Lydia's YAP and others that are here, our colleagues in the office. Thanks a lot for making this possible. I like the title, Harnessing Youth Potential Through Innovations. I think that in this room there is a lot of potential and we need to be able to harness that potential. So we have a lot of possibilities of harnessing this potential, and of course, for us as UNFPA, you know that our mandate is sexual and reproductive health and rights and prevention of gender-based violence, but we see these innovations and the linkages with SRH and SRH as a catalyzer, and we really want to see that also in the co-creation, how we can have innovation, but also how these innovations can leverage the sexual and reproductive health and rights of the young people and the women and girls in Kenya. Everybody has a lot to offer in this room, and see tomorrow what is coming through this exchange. I think that we can learn from each other. We are in different phases of development, but I think that everybody can learn from each other, and we can bring some good innovations, incubate some innovations that we can then support in future. And I encourage you to mingle and discuss a lot, and don't be afraid that my idea might not be smart. It's always sometimes with a small intervention you can trigger a lot of discussion and a lot of good ideas.
This conversation we want to build from a canvas perspective. The business model innovation is about creating value for innovations, interventions, so it doesn't just have to be corporately organized. It could be a solution that you're trying to solve as a consultant of some sort. Solutions, companies, organizations, customers, beneficiaries, society generally. Any solution, any company, any organization, any business, you are likely to be able to strip it down to just 9 building blocks, period. And these 9 building blocks is what the business model canvas is about.
You need to understand your business enough for you to be able to, number one, be brief about what you're saying. Number two, give space for them to ask questions of what you might not have thought about and answer honestly and authentically. And number four, understand the reason the other person may not write you a check.
9 out of 10 times, any idea that fails is because that idea was not solving for any real need. If you can't tell me in clarity, in 2 to 3 lines, what it is that you do, chances are that you don't know it. Did you know that the best of the best of the best innovative new ideas in many cases are just very common? It's the same stuff.
The point is not to impress anyone. The point is to find a heart that matches your heart in what you're doing, that has the resources that you do not have to make this mission work. The point is not to impress anyone, I repeat.
can we think about how do I solve something that is painful that people can't wait to give away their money to solve it?
In my case also, there is the aspect of providing renewable energy, and there is the aspect of harnessing the youthfulness, which in turn provides employment.
Yeah.
Like, what should be the driving factor?
The truth is, you and YNA are multi-sided. And you sometimes imagine that multi-sided businesses are only technology companies, right? But those are your different elements. And they are different customer segments. And you should treat them independently.
My revenue streams will be the consultancy fees and paid speaking engagements. My key activities would be trainings, conducting workshops, developing the SRHR content, advising organizations on SRHR programming. The key resources that I'll be having will be the digital platforms and expertise in SRHR. Key partners would be the consortiums and the SRHR CSOs. Cost structure, marketing and operations. So in the operations, I had things like laptops, maybe just for my slides.
Lydia has just proven to us that the business model canvas is applicable even if you are not an organization. You've just proven it's applicable in virtually any industry.
What we try to do is we identify potential resources that are in the community, and one of the biggest potential resources that we have in Kibra is water. For this aspect, we identify a specific place in Kibra where we have the water channels that can serve the community. But one of the biggest also problem is sanitation. So our model is called circular economy. So money moves from one point to the other point. So it's more of a self-employed for us. So whether we have donors or not, the project keeps on rolling.
This is, congratulations. I think you're doing some fantastic work with this.
Thank you.
And especially when I think about potentially what you can do with youth unemployment, this is massive.
Thank you.
Because this is an entrepreneurial infrastructure that you're doing.
Have you ever attended an event and then after the event you see plastic bottles littered all over the place and you wonder what's going to happen after the event? So that's where Magic comes in. Magic is a sustainable advertising company that seeks to brand and also put our customers' brands in front of the people's eyes as wherever they are, as they are having fun. When doing that, we are seeking to solve the menace of ending plastic pollution. We tend to have a lot of events, a lot of marathons, and that's why we are looking to have event companies as our target market. Right now, we are looking for 13 million in terms of loan to repay it within 1 year based on our financial projections that are looking to be a net income of around 832 million within the next 3 years.
Is this a business that is already existing, and how long have you been in this business, and how many events have you done so far?
Where is basically are these used cans that you import, and then where is I guess, waste reduction in that?
Now I'm imagining a situation where I am running in a marathon and this plastic bottle is giving me, grip as I run. Comparing it to the can, to the soda can, now that is where. So is there any future plans of improving usability, especially for the different events that you have?
Sojourn2 is a company that tends to provide reliable and constant supply of electricity to rural hospitals, especially the ones that don't receive frequent power. And so we do this by providing electricity created from water and providing it to these hospitals. So our main customers then are these rural hospitals, especially mostly the ones in Turkana, where we've done our data and our research back at the Lake region. The source of electricity that we are providing is affordable as compared to the ones that are currently being used. From the grid, that's Kenya Power. It's mostly unstable in these areas, but their chosen source is diesel generators, and over time, using diesel generators is expensive, and ours is a clean source of energy. Our cost structure right now has been in research and development, manufacturing, and advertising. These are like us visiting these hospitals to get more data from them. So with funding of about $100, this can help us in finishing better working, viable, and installing it to these hospitals, so that we can, from there we can scale up and use this as a feasibility study to show what Sogen H2 can do.
Like a 10,000 liter produces how much power that is supposed to support what?
Target rural hospitals and those that would be public hospitals. So how do you market to them? And then do you know the purchasing process there? Is it individual by hospital, or would it mean that you have to get some sort of a national certification or something to be able to sell to them?
Our model is very simple, that we can harness the power that the youth have, and we can use that power to ensure that we deal with the environmental pollution that happens, and then at the end of it, we get renewable energy. So we collect combustible waste materials, majorly waste paper, organic waste, sawdust, and all that. And we bring it into our center, we dry it, sort it, and all that. And at the end of it, we have briquettes that can be used as fuel. These briquettes, they burn longer, that's their benefit. In fact, they are durable because they burn 3 times longer than charcoal. They are affordable. They can be delivered fast to customers. The definition of innovation that we have is free igniters. There is a market potential. So if you have money, I want you to write me a check. We have about 2 million customers in Nairobi alone. We are asking for 1 million shillings per year for 5 years to enable us conquer Nairobi and to enable us move into other cities in the country.
Point out something that really stood out for me in the presentation is from the first moment you start speaking, you can hear the passion. You can see you are very happy to talk, like you like what you're doing. You're happy to talk to us about it, which already gives you it already gives you credit, because in that case, it makes me willing to listen in. So that's something that really stood out for me from the start.
I like how you connected the 3 major problems, and you're using basically waste management as a way of fixing youth unemployment and fixing pollution. The pitch went up, then dropped. I think when you're talking about keeping children in school, if you had tied that keeping children in school with the bigger setup of more materials or the kinds of briquettes you will need for schools, that connection would not have been lost. But at the moment it's lost because you did not get to the ending point.
My name is Keegan. I work with UNFPA and we are part and parcel of this organizing. Really a very hearty message of congratulations to everyone who took part in this initiative.
Thanks a lot. I think this is, I hope that we can see this as the start of a journey and a collaboration. And I hope that we have learned from our Chinese colleagues, and that our Chinese colleagues have also learned from us, and that we can at one point co-create together. And I think that was part of the spirit of these 2 days, that we can co-create, we can put in ideas together is the right way to go, and especially also with the back of our minds that we need to integrate sexual and reproductive health and rights and gender-based violence in our co-creation and our innovation. there are many needs, and we need young people and innovators to bring new ideas and see how we can reach more young people with our ideas, but how we can also empower them to make right choices and enjoy a life of, you know, well-being and able to decide, you know, about their health, about the sexual and reproductive health and rights and their well-being. So I think that all of this that probably we have discussed these 2 days is going to be, you know, the cement or of the new ideas, and hopefully we can continue. I don't know if you have a contact, but I think that it will be great. We don't see this as the end, but as the start of a collaboration. And I want to thank Nailab, of course, for facilitating these 2 days. It's been very, you know, on pressure the last few days to get all the things done. So, and I think the space, I like it. I think it was very conducive. It's a nice space, and I think that you enable all these discussions. So thanks a lot, Nailab, and all the persons in the team, UNFPA team and others that have been able to make this possible. So thanks a lot on behalf of UNFPA, and I hope that we can see more ideas, and please see this as the start, not as the end of our journey.